No one in the galaxy understood why humans smiled before a battle. To most species, war was cold, calculated, and efficient. Emotions were considered a weakness. But humans were different, and that difference made others uncomfortable. When humanity first joined the galactic network, they were studied like a curiosity. Their history was filled with constant conflict, yet they had not destroyed themselves. Instead, they adapted, rebuilt, and pushed forward. To advanced civilizations, this behavior seemed chaotic and irrational. The Zylar Dominion, a highly logical and emotionless species, took a special interest in humans. They believed emotions were flaws that needed to be removed. To them, humanity was an unfinished design, a species that had survived by accident rather than perfection. At first, the Zylar observed from a distance. They recorded human behavior, analyzed their decision-making, and ran countless simulations. Every result led to the same conclusion. Humans should not have survived this long. So they decided to test their theory. Without warning, Zylar drones entered human space. They did not attack immediately. Instead, they disrupted communications, disabled satellites, and created confusion. Their goal was simple: break humanity's coordination and watch them collapse. But something unexpected happened. Instead of falling apart, humans adapted. When global networks failed, local systems took over. When communication was lost, people found new ways to connect. When structures collapsed, individuals stepped up without waiting for orders. There was no central command controlling everything, yet everything continued to function. The Zylar were confused. This was not how a disorganized species was supposed to behave. They escalated their test. This time, they attacked directly. Cities were targeted. Military bases were struck. Precision strikes, designed to cripple human defenses in minutes. The Zylar expected a quick and clean outcome. Instead, they triggered something they did not understand. Humans fought back. Not in a single unified strategy, but in thousands of different ways at once. Soldiers adapted on the battlefield, changing tactics faster than the Zylar could predict. Civilians supported the effort, turning everyday tools into weapons and solutions. Engineers modified technology in real time, creating defenses that had never existed before. The Zylar simulations began to fail. Every prediction they had made was wrong. Humans were not following patterns. They were creating them. What shocked the Zylar most was not the resistance, but the emotion behind it. Humans were afraid, but they fought anyway. They were outmatched, but they refused to stop. Losses did not weaken them, they made them more determined. The more pressure the Zylar applied, the stronger the human response became. It made no sense, so the Zylar did what they believed was necessary. They launched a full-scale invasion. Massive fleets entered human space, far beyond anything they had used before. Planets were surrounded. Escape routes were cut off. The objective was no longer testing, it was elimination. For the first time, the galaxy watched closely. Many expected humanity to finally fall, but they misunderstood one thing. Humans do not fight because they are certain of victory. They fight because they refuse to accept defeat. The invasion turned into a war unlike anything the Zylar had ever experienced. Human forces did not engage in predictable battles. They used deception, improvisation, and constant adaptation. Small victories were turned into larger ones. Weaknesses were hidden, then turned into traps. The Zylar, who relied entirely on logic, began to lose control of the situation. Their systems could not process the unpredictability. Their strategies became outdated the moment they were used. And slowly, the impossible began to happen. The Zylar started losing. Human fleets pushed forward, not with perfect coordination, but with relentless determination. Every setback became a lesson. Every loss became motivation. The longer the war continued, the more dangerous humanity became. In a final attempt to end the conflict, the Zylar deployed their Central Command vessel, a ship that controlled their entire network. Humans attacked it directly. It was not a logical decision. It was not a safe plan, but it worked. Using a combination of distraction, sacrifice, and pure unpredictability, human forces breached the defenses. A small team boarded the vessel and disabled its core systems. In a single moment, the Zylar lost their advantage. Their network collapsed. Their fleets fell into disarray, and the war was over. The galaxy was left in silence. The species that was once considered flawed had defeated one of the most perfect civilizations ever created, not because they were stronger, not because they were more advanced, but because they were human. And humans do not need to be perfect. They just need to keep going.